What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another glitch guide tutorial by Vermintide Amplified. As you can probably hear, I finally got myself a new headset, so the voice quality is hopefully significantly better than it was in my previous videos. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Just a quick heads up, this is not gonna be like the 3 other glitch guides tutorials I've done. This one is a lot more massive, a lot more complicated. I guess in whole less useful, but also a lot more interesting, a lot more versatile. You're gonna get a lot more places. It's so much more interesting because it's not just a quick skip. This map is absolutely huge, and there are so many places you can go outside the map. So it's really interesting. It's a different experience. I'm gonna show you some really cool spots along the way, as well as explaining my basic thoughts while doing the run. So I'm basically still at the start, and you basically just do the classic look up, look down, while holding F. So look up, hold F, look down quickly, and then if it actually moves up, if you see that it has shifted, then you release, and if it hasn't, then you right click to cancel and try again, and just repeat the cycle until you find the correct spot. Another thing I'm gonna do a little bit differently in this video, so I'm gonna show you a really cool spot at first, which I don't think it's useful anymore. It used to be, but they actually fixed sort of this path, but it's still a really cool spot. And you never know, this map is so huge that there's no doubt that there are spots that I haven't found. Like, that's guaranteed. But as you can see here, you can actually walk on, which is kind of like the roof of the map. Most maps have like an Invis roof. If you go too close to the cliff, though, you will fall down. And you used to be able to walk straight across here, across this log. But as you can see, they actually made the middle, they immaterialized it. So they actually fixed that like a week or 2 after I found it. Which kind of pissed me off when I was doing the recording, so I had to spend extra time finding a new location. You can actually follow this, you can follow it pretty far, but for the purpose of this video, we're gonna make our way back. But it's a pretty cool spot. You can get to a lot of interesting places from up here. So. But we would have jumped down here instead if we were actually doing the run. And here, this isn't so important, but it does make it easier if you jump in this sequence to get as close as possible to the spot we're teleporting up. So minions don't fuck it up for you. And right here, there's a spot. There are actually more spots than just this one. Oh, there we go. And it's a bit annoying to jump up here sometimes. Count on. There we go. Now you do want to be a little bit careful on this path, because minions and specials can get aggroed here, including assassins and stuff. So you're not safe yet. But we will be in a sec. So now we're gonna get to this really interesting place. You can go up really far, actually, up this. But you don't want to, because you're just gonna die if you fall down if you go too far up. But it's kind of fun because the minions can't actually get up here. Like, they have to stop right here. Also, if you get a really early boss, which does happen sometimes, you can also choose to kill him from here. There are gonna be spots later, I'd say, that are better for it. But it's a possibility at least. So as you can see here, when you fall down, there's another in this floor, I guess I'm gonna call it. Now you wanna be careful where you walk here. I'm gonna show that at the end of the video. If you actually fall down here, you're pretty much trapped, even though it doesn't look like it. There's a bunch of Invis walls down here, so you wanna walk around here to be sure, just on the right side of the trees, and you're good to go. Now, you do have to fall down here, which is a practical spot. This is where the bots or your friends are going to spawn most of the time. So you can get them if you want to. It's not really necessary, but And then we're gonna make our way up to the first grim. The first grim has both a spot where you can glitch out bosses regardless of what hero you're playing. I'm not going to show that in this video though. I have used it before in some of my speedruns, but approximately at the same spot in the corner, we're going to teleport outside the map. There's so many places in this map where you can get outside the map. Not all of them are useful. This is one of the useful ones. See right here, you just do the same trick, up, down. You can get up there as well, but that's not necessary. So basically around here, there's going to be an Invis Wall around us, which I'll just show here. Once my bot is dead. See, you can't actually get me here. So you're just free to kill anything following you. I do believe the one thing you have to watch out for, an assassin can actually jump you here. It mostly won't, but it can actually happen if it gets the jump mechanic off from a distance. Then it will hit you. So watch out for that. And you can just stand here if you're low HP, get some temp HP from this dagger. You're gonna have to leave the safe area, so to speak, whilst we're still outside of the general, like the normal map. But when we get to this point here, minions can't get to us now, so you want to be a little bit quick here. That jump can be a little bit tricky. It's not too bad, but sometimes it does annoy you a bit if you don't get the crouch right. And here we should be safe again from anything but ranged assassins and stuff. Gas rats. This is a really good spot if you aggro a boss. The spot where we cleared minions before is also really good for killing bosses, but here as well, they're gonna stop like right down there in front of us, and you can just headshot it to death, even melee it, so you can use your R to recharge back, so you can do a little bit faster without fear of overcharging all the time. Okay, let's move on. Teleport away. Time it. Ooh. Not even close. Again, you really don't have to spend this time here. Just want to showcase the mechanic for those of you who aren't familiar with. So be careful, because you can get hit if you get too close, obviously. But since I'm low, I'm just going to use it for a little bit of temp HP. I don't really care about killing the minions. They aren't really a threat. The only two things you really got to worry about are stranglers and assassins. And maybe leeches a little bit, but they do announce themselves, so they aren't too bad. And like, probably don't expect to run this like unlike the Garden of Moor and the other glitch guides. This one is a little bit, it's not as useful, but I'd argue it's also a lot more fun at the same time. It's not just a quick win strategy, which my next one will be for Skittergate. I will do both the Sienna Battle Wizard one, which is pretty well known, at least among most Legend players. So I'll show you how to do that properly, and then after that I'm going to show you how you can do it with any hero, the same skip, except it's a bit harder to actually do, but the advantage is, first of all, you can play any hero, which means you can grind levels or Underwind hat, or it also works like if you want to get the skin for the DLC weapons, where you need to kill Raspnit to get the skin achievement in Okri. That also works. You just need to win the map with the weapon equipped, and it thinks you killed him. On top of that, you can the thing you can't do with Battle Wizard in that map is skip the boss. Like, get a boss, you have to kill him to get to the spot where you can TP outside, and you don't have that problem with the other curve jump approach. Oh shit! Let's get out of here! Ah. But this is a really interesting map to get outside of, because there's so many spots. Like, there's so much exploring to do that isn't bugged, and like where you actually get outside the map and you can actually pretty confidently jump around and explore stuff. Now here, you can, if you get a boss, which does happen sometimes, there's a spot here, and there are several, but it's about finding one and sticking to it, so you get the mechanic in first try. I'm just gonna speed over this because I fucked up. Basically, I just ran in circles until I could get into position to do it again. But yeah, if you get any of the first two, like, there are 3 boss spawns in this map, or there are 3 individual locations that you need to worry about spawning, and the two first are irrelevant, like, because there's like the really early one, and then there are different triggers in the big open area, but regardless of which one of the triggers it is, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna have a spot for them in any case, which means the only boss that can actually spawn that you need potentially to worry about is the one there, and after you jump down to the 3rd tome, you can also get a boss there. If you get that boss, I'm going to show you a spot here coming up, which we're also going to use to clear all the minions we have chasing us. It's pretty nice. There's a safe spot right next to the event, which is super nice of them to put like a safe spot right here. It's not even hard to get to. Just stand here, and you're safe. Totally weird. See, and they will all gather. Just even more fun. 13, 14, 15, 20, 30, 32 kills, 32, 36 storm wounds.
Hello. See how I saw the day going? Storm vermin ahead. He'll burn.
Now I will show you another improvement that I found, or this potential improvement, a really interesting path you can take that I'm not showcasing here, which is basically after you do the jump down to the 3rd tome, and you go up the stair, and then on the left, if you do 2 teleports there, you can actually come running from like outside the map here, and there's like some really interesting paths. Okay, but here you want to focus on obviously getting the realignment. Sometimes it bugs and no minions spawn, in which case it's obviously super easy. But what you want to do, depending on, like, if you're playing the Battle Wizard, you have a lot of block cost reduction. You want to play it safe, obviously. You basically want to get to the point where there's only 1 minion attacking, because if you're standing in the perfect spot, and you will see this in a bit. I didn't get it right in the first attempt, but I believe on the next one I can show you. There's really only 1 hitbox, kind of like when you're standing on top of the cannon on Fort Braxtonbrücke. When you're on top of the cannon, 1 minion will go over to you, attempt to hit you. If you just block it, if you kill it, another one is just gonna go. you block it, there still isn't room for another minion. So it's just gonna keep attempting to attack you in a predictable pattern, which means you just have to do like, you know, hold E and then block before it attacks. Hold E, block before it attacks. And obviously if you actually bother to rest the bots, you can always get them up. They will keep spawning infinitely. But yeah, if you get out here, I think this is good. Thanks for the acro, bitch. I just want to hug you, Salty. That was terrible. But mistakes will happen. There we go. That's 2. That was kind of cheap because I used him to take care of all the aggro. Okay, I'm be sure to get it this time. So you can see the mechanic at work. Always a good idea to just use one of the emptied ones to get some room. Like if I was playing Handmaiden, for example, I would just be running in circles, taking them bit by bit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Motherfucker. There we go. Okay, this is perfect. I can show you now. Okay, so I'm just gonna push them away. And after a bit, only one of them should attack us. Maybe even none. I don't trust them. There's a really fine balance between standing on the tip. But you can see once they actually take their first attack, they won't actually re-aggro most of the time. And victory. You can actually also TP through the gate that blocks here. Oh motherfucker! That could have been awkward. But unfortunately, the Bridge of Shadows doesn't activate unless you finish the event. So, well, that was the run-through. That's all that to talk about here. This is just a random spot on the left side at the beginning. This is not a very useful spot, but you can get to some pretty interesting places from here. Again, same TP mechanic, just up-down, like on that little overhang thing you saw before. Not overhang, clumpy rock thing. Pretty distinctive spot. It's not too hard to find, and there's like a bunch of places you can explore out here. I'll leave most of that to you. I'm not gonna go into details with that. I am gonna show you though another here. If you find this easier, in case you for some reason fall down, you can also TP up here and use this path instead. As I said, there are multiple places. So I'm not gonna showcase all of them. However, I will, to end the video, I will show you like how I do the typical first 2 minutes of the run. Those are usually the most important ones. Because the run I did, I took a detour to show you that cool place. So I can show you here. If you walk this way, you're gonna fall down here. And as you can see here, in this wall, in this wall, in this wall. Oh, in this wall. So like you're gonna be stuck here, and there's no way out. Which is why I usually, just to be safe, I stay on the right side of the trees. And then, yeah, there's no way out, as you can see. Trust me, and you can use your TP here. if you're too far outside the map. So, but yeah, let me show you like what a typical starting run would look like. So obviously I would use this. This is the one I showed. I told you about and showed you real quick. See, it's an easy TP. The first one is really no biggie. And then where before, once we got over to a spot over here, in order to get up on that interesting spot, you would have to do a crouch jump right here. Instead, we're just going to drop down instead of doing a jump crouch there, and follow the path here. And there's an Invis Wall on our right side, so you can't really miss anything. And jumping here isn't as difficult as it looks. There is room. If you can get around here, you can get super close, take no damage, and you're all set up to do this TP here. There we go. That went better. Again, watch out for this area where you're kind of vulnerable. Just get through it as quickly as possible. And don't run too far up here, just about here, and you can drop down. And then to the right of the trees. Then you're getting to the respawn spot here, where you just want to make your way up to the next TP spot as fast as possible. Usually the spot where you're the most vulnerable is the cave. If you get trapped in there with specials, it can pose some problems. This part isn't too bad. And this TP is also fairly straightforward. Even if you fail it the first time, almost always get it in the second. So as long as you have the double TP. Okay, well, let me show you this new improvement that I found as well. Once you get, like, this is just at the last tome. You need 2 TPs here for this one. First here, up, down. And this one you gotta aim a little bit more to get in the right spot, and boom. Okay, once you're up here, you wanna carefully make your way past here, up here, and you need to get to, I believe it's the other side of this. Yes, like that. And now we can just jump down here. And it's somewhere here. Oh no, wait. I think. No, I went past it. It's right back here. Yeah, it's right back here. Yeah, here it is. Because there's also a spot further back, but it's like really difficult to use that. But here, there are like, yeah, no Invis walls. You just run straight up here. Jump up here. And here's where it gets really interesting. You can go both to the right and to the left. Right is definitely the easiest path if you're just trying to win. But on the left side, you can actually get on top of the dome that the Bridge of Shadows is like inside. But it's like covered by a ball of immaterial stuff. So like one slip up and you're dead. It's also really difficult to get back into the arena from that position. So I'll definitely recommend going to the right here, unless you're just keen on exploring. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far, please like and comment. If you have any questions, hit me up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.